Today on the podcast, we have Alberto Genovesi, who is a golf tour operator in Italy for Italy4Golf. Today, we are going to talk about the trips that we have planned together 2022 to Tuscany and Rome, and 2023 to Rome and other parts of the country. We're going to dive into everything Italy has to offer and more. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Travel Royally Podcast. Today, we have our good friend Alberto Genovesi, and I hope I said that right. We just did a little practice session there for that. This is our golfing friend from Italy. We have recently kind of teamed up to create a couple trips for our golfers to Italy to play some golf, try some wines, go to Italy to have an amazing vacation with their spouses. So Alberto, thanks for being on with me today.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're welcome, and hi to everybody here.
Yes, thank you. So let's start off with where you live in Italy.
Well, I live in the north of Italy, in the so-called area that is the Food Valley. So, and I imagine that all Americans know where is Parmesan cheese. So I live in the city where Parmesan cheese was born. That
Okay.
is quite, yeah, and it's quite near to another great area that is the Motor Valley. So I live more or less 40 kilometers from the Ferrari factory and Maserati factory.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
yes, so we can we have all the passions about food and machines and many other typical things that of this area.
Yeah.
So, and we also play golf here because we have many golf courses also here. So
Good. So yeah, you created and started Italy4Golf.
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about where that started and how that became a thing.
Yeah, when we started, we started with a friend of mine that is a professional in the IT area, and he was
Mhm.
working a couple of years ago with some tourist locations, hotels or something like that, in the Lake Garda area. And I started play golf more or less 10 years ago, and looking at an article in 2017 on a famous journal about golf. Italy was considered a new golf destination. I asked myself a lot of things. So I asked myself, is there a company that can promote both these items? So all the things that we have here in Italy, food, wine, culture, history, and many other things that we have, with
Yeah.
another great idea that is golf here. So consider that in Italy we have more or less 200 golf courses from 18 holes to up. So it was really strange for me to see that it was not considered at the time a golf destination, but that
Yeah.
was the fact.
Yeah.
So we looked at the market, we made some investigations, and we found that nobody was proposing Italy in the right way. So all the proposals until that period was, okay, you came in Italy, you can come in Italy and play golf every day. So your golf vacation is golf, and if you want, you can go somewhere to visit histories or wineries
Yeah.
or many other things. So we started with a completely different idea. In fact, our name is Italy4Golf and not Golf in Italy. The
Yeah.
difference is that we want to propose something complete. So, who wants to come in Italy? Uh, with our proposals, we'll have a new experience. So, it will experience the area, the culture, the history,
Yeah.
and many other things that we have with the passion for golf. And they will
Hmm.
discover that there are really interesting golf courses in Italy.
Yeah.
And I think that many people will remain surprised about our golf holidays, our golf courses. So I think that our collaboration could create a great bridge to people who wants to discover Italy in a new way.
Hmm.
And one of the most important things I want to underline about our experience is that, okay, you can visit a big city by yourself in Italy. but you cannot find what we have called the hidden gems located in that area. So the thread or for every experience that, or for every activity that we have proposed, that we prepare for our customers, is something different, something that you can find by yourself, the so-called hidden gems. So we want to discover something that in Italy is special, from food to wine to history also. So, and golf, naturally. It will be, I think it will be a big surprise for customers in the United States.
Yeah, I think, a lot of people have Italy on their bucket list, countries to go to, and adding a couple amazing golf courses to that trip is something that people may be attracted to. I think it's a great idea. So with yourself, how did you get started up in the golfing world?
Well, it was just by a chance, because 10 years ago, me and my wife were going to a gym, and one day we find a little brochure of a golf course that was quite near to the city of the gym,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, "Okay, you want to try golf for 5 days, 5 lessons at a short price? If you want, we give you all the information, the teacher and the clubs, and what you need to start playing golf." So we said, okay, why not?
Yeah.
And from that it was love at first sight.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
At first sight. So I'm not a great golf player, but I'm not continuously looking at to do something that is too. I don't like to do too many tournaments. I like to play with my friends.
Yeah.
And I like to play, when I can, different golf courses quite everywhere in Italy. I've played quite everywhere, because I think it's interesting to play in every region in Italy, because everything is so different. So you have to try to play quite everywhere, and this is very important. And so it was really nice to start playing golf. I cannot think to stop to play golf now. It's impossible.
Yeah.
As for all golfers, I suppose.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of people don't look at Italy and just think about golf. So you getting started by a brochure at a golf course recommending 5 days of training it's kind of funny how you got roped into, over here, you start playing golf, you get addicted, and you're in for good. So it's funny how you got roped in there. So, like I said, people don't think of Italy as a golf destination, but what led you to take on this, I guess, mountain of a golf company in a place where golf isn't really viewed? So how do you see yourself, finding these trips and getting people to think about Italy as a golf destination?
Yeah, I think that it will be in the future. I think that once people will try and will have this kind of experience, they will remember it for a long time.
Yeah.
Because consider that the golf courses here in Italy as really strange in what kind of sense that Italy is quite different by the landscapes. So we have really a lot of different landscapes here.
Yeah.
Region by region, but also province by province. So you can start playing one day on the hills, and the day after, in 1 hour, you can be playing near the sea, or in 2 hours you go play on the Dolomiti area, so in the mountains. So every day is a new discovery, and this is our straight point to sell this kind of experience. And consider also that many golf courses here in Italy have been designed by great players or great golf architects like Pete Dye, more than a great player, or someone like that. So it's really interesting to show people how it's possible and how is important. Italy is a golf destination. It's really a golf destination, a new golf destinations. And I
Yeah.
think that in the past have been done a lot of mistakes proposing Italy with a business model that was the Spain business model. So I said at the beginning, you play golf and nothing else. And uh, I think that people would like to do something different.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and I think they will find it in Italy. Once they have tried, they will return.
Yep,
And
that's what Royal Links Golf Tours likes about Italy4Golf is that it's not all about golf. It's about the experience. When you're going to Italy, you need to be able to experience the country, the wineries, and experience the culture that Italy has to offer for you. Um,
yeah,
so that's brings us to our trip that we have planned. Is it's half golf, it's half experiencing Italy, and for those people that have Italy on their bucket list, this would be a perfect time to get the best of both worlds, be able to
yes,
play some
yes,
amazing golf courses, including the Ryder Cup venue in 2023, um, and have that opportunity to have a perfect vacation. Honestly, is what it sounds
yes,
like. Tell
yes.
us a little bit about the trip we have planned, the courses that you have planned for that trip.
Yeah, we have played something that could be not so how can you say, you have to do it in a light way, so no pressure, because when someone is on holiday. So
Yep.
the first step is a stop. They will arrive in Rome, and then they will go to Tuscany, in the south of Tuscany near Siena, and they will remain in a great resort on the Tuscan hills. That is typical. It's typical Italian, sorry, Tuscany landscape. And they will play
Mhm.
in Royal Golf La Bagnaia, that is designed by Robert Trent Jones, and is quite similar to a Scottish lane, but you're in Tuscany. So
Yeah.
it's something strange, but it's great golf course. Believe me,
Yeah.
really great. So they will stay a couple of days there. Then they will go playing in the north, more in the north, in Castelfalfi Golf Resort, and this is another great location because the mountain course is the second more difficult golf course in Italy, and it's really challenging. And
Yeah.
I hope that our guests will do that and not the lake course. That is beautiful, but it's not so challenging. But
Yeah.
it's a 27 holes golf course with a great view. There is an ancient village of the medieval village of the hills. And when you play, you can see at this village from every hole you are playing. So
Oh wow.
it's really it's incredible. And they have a great golf club, great clubhouse that is quite near to the golf course. And when you are finished, you can have a 19 hole tasting some wines and look at the landscape
Yeah.
that you have in front of you.
Yeah.
Then they will start and go to Florence city,
Hmm.
and they will remain there for 4 days. And now it starts the moment of the culture of the experience in the city. So
Yeah.
uh, they will have a guided visit to the city and also to the Uffizi Museum, that this year has been ranked as the first museum in the world. And you have it's incredible. You have a lot. You will see they will see a lot of masterpieces from Michelangelo to Leonardo da
Yeah.
Vinci. There's the famous David of Michelangelo. One is outside in the museum, but the original, because the outside they have a copy. It's not original, but the original
Yeah.
one is into. And I think it's something you cannot miss if you go to Florence.
Yeah.
And we have chosen a hotel that is near the river that is in Florence. And it's really interesting because it's an old palace of the 17th century. And on the terrace, they have the pool, and they can have an aperitif, look at the famous Ponte Vecchio in Florence. And they can have also a walk in an area where there are a lot of shops, but not the famous and shops that are about as Armani or something like that, but the
Yeah.
famous artisans of Flores. So they
Mhm.
can do something like that. And every evening they will have a dinner that we have organized for them, and
Yeah.
every dinner will be different one from each other.
Yeah.
So they can have the opportunity to taste different ideas of food and culture, because here we have the culture of food. So not
Mhm.
only the culture of the history, but the culture of food. So they can have the opportunity to do that. And then one day they will go playing golf to the Ugolino Golf Club that is up the hills in about 20 minutes from the city center of Florence, and is one of the most ancient golf courses in Italy. It was founded in 1892,
Wow.
and it was really, really nice. It's a real masterpiece, in
Hmm.
my opinion. It's one of my favorite golf course, and it's really challenging. It's up and down the hill, but the view that you have from every hole that you play is really incredible. And on that golf course, I played famous players like Severiano Ballesteros, Bernard Langer, I don't remember, but many others. And there
Hmm.
is a famous hole, the number 9, where Severiano Ballesteros did something that was very special. But if they will play there, they, mm, they will explain the director, the managing director
Yeah.
of the golf course. They will explain them which is the challenge that Severiano did on that.
Yeah.
And they will have also a whole day in the wine area of Chianti with a sommelier that is our ambassador, that is a deep professional and knows very well not only the wines of the region and the area, but he knows very well all the area, from the history to the landscape. So they can have a real experience also in this way. And the wine experience that we have prepared with the Ceccarelli for our guest is okay. You can have it, but you will not go in the most famous wineries in Italy or in Tuscany. In this case, you will see something that you will not find by yourself. They are not so famous, but they do great products. So you will be introduced in a world that is a world of wine that starts from the vineyards.
Yeah.
So you understand what means, how are the way they what they do on the vineyards, how they work on the vineyards, then on the winery, and then we will have a tasting. This is a real experience because they are the owner of the winery is dedicated to them, so they will be alone, nobody else. So I think this is great because if, for instance, you go to the most famous wineries in Tuscany, you are one of the hundreds of people that every day go there, and you will not understand what means the culture of wine. You are a
Yeah.
number.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's beautiful because they've had great history, but it's something that is not so, you will not remember it forever. This is our opinion. So our idea is that everything you do in your golf vacation is you have to remember it when you go back home, and you have to remember every moment of your
Hmm.
vacation.
Yeah.
So at the end of these days in Tuscany, they will go back to Rome, and they will play in the Marco Simone golf course, that is the Ryder Cup golf course of 2023.
Yeah.
And they will remain 2 days in Rome, because I think that if you go to Rome, you have to visit it. It's not possible that you stay and play only one day golf course. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, you cannot. And so the last day in Rome is free for them. They can do everything. And if they will need a guide, that's not a problem. We will provide it. The hotel is in the middle of Rome. So consider that when you go out from the hotel of Rome and you start walking, you are immediately
Yeah.
uh, shallow in the history.
Yeah.
So maybe you don't need a guide,
Yeah.
but we can really help them. So I think it's something that to taste Italy for the first time, not only for golf, but for something else, is the perfect solution.
Mm-hmm.
And we have many other regions that they could visit in the next
Yeah, absolutely. You get your first taste, and this is a couples trip that we have planned together. Nine nights, 4 rounds of golf, and you get to visit 2 or 3 regions and get a really good taste of Italy, and kind of get your foot in the door to experiencing Italy, and maybe push you to come back and see the rest of it as well. So that's what we're hoping, is to open some people's eyes to vacations. And then we have another trip in the planning phases for the actual Ryder Cup in 2023. Tell us about, what regions we would be sending people then.
Yeah, I think that this could be longer, a longer golf vacation. Yeah. So not only 9 days, but maybe 10 or 12 days. Mm-hmm. So we will start from the north, from Milan. We will play and remain on the Garda Lake area, where we have 3 great golf courses, 27 holes, and a great. It's a beautiful area near on the lake. It's really nice. We could organize for them, if they are passionate for vintage car, around a tour around the lake with vintage cars for everybody.
Yeah, and
it will take more or less 1 day. So from the morning to the evening, and it's nice because some of the street where around the lake have been filmed in the 007 films.
Yeah,
I don't remember which one, but I remember that it was one.
James Bond.
So, yes, James Bond. So they can have also this experience, but it's really interesting also to drive a vintage car like a Ferrari more than an Alfa Romeo or a Mercedes. We have the opportunity to do that. So it could be a nice experience, a different experience to do that here in the north. So we start from the north, then we can go to the east in Veneto, in Venice, spend some days in Venice playing golf in another great golf course in Venice, in the lagoon. That is really something strange, because nobody can imagine that in the lagoon there's a golf course here in Italy, but there is. Also, it was founded at the beginning of the 19th century, so it's really old. And when you are into, you can't believe you are in a golf course on the lagoon. It's something really strange, but it's really beautiful. And another interesting thing about this is that you will not reach that by car, but you have to reach that by boat. So it's something that, because in Venice you have no streets.
That's right.
So so it's something really interesting. Maybe at the end of the day, they can have also the dinner on the boat near the golf course, looking at the sunset looking at Venice. So it's something really strange. So
that would be interesting.
Yes, so much. And then they will go to south. So from the Veneto, we can play also in Emilia Romagna, where I live, for 1 or 2 days. Then Tuscany. The golf courses could be the same that we are prepared now for this golf holiday, and then finish to Rome to see the Ryder Cup for 1, 2, or 3 days. It depends on how many days they would like to spend in the days in Rome. So it's really interesting to do something that is completely different from any other holiday you can have.
Yeah.
And this is why we are sure that the next year is something that is an approach to the 2023 year of the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
So people could be interested in knowing more about Italian golf.
For sure. Speaking of, golf courses and, the different regions, how many golf courses would you say that are, up to par for a vacation like this? Would you consider, putting in these trips? How many golf courses do you work with?
Well, we work with the most important golf courses in the north and center Italy.
Mhm.
And consider that we have, as I said, more or less 200 golf courses here, but the 70-80% is distributed between the north and center of Italy. We have a few in the south, for instance, in Sicily or in other region in the south. I think that in a long vacation like the ones we talked before, so starting from Milan and finishing to Rome, I think that in 12 days you can play 8 great golf courses.
Mhm.
8, no more than 8, because you have to discover many other things. So the idea and the same philosophy that we share is, okay, you play golf, but you have not to do only that. You can do many other things.
Yeah.
So we have a lot
Absolutely.
of opportunities, a lot of activities that we can propose to people. It depends on what kind of choice they would like to have when they have a golf vacation. Maybe they have never had one, because if they played, for instance, in Spain, maybe they have only played golf and nothing more.
Yeah.
But we can offer many things. So as I said before, the vintage cars, more the I don't remember what about, private visit to museum,
Yep.
little museums, or weekend rent for them, motorbikes as Ducati, or vintage motor cars also, to visit the Tuscany. So we have a lot of possibilities. It
Yeah.
depends also on the period.
Yeah, much more to do in Italy than just to play golf, and you
Yes,
for
absolutely.
sure have to push that.
Yeah.
People, who love Italy, they always talk about, the wine and food. Tell us a little bit about your favorite maybe vineyard, or and then your favorite type of Italian food.
Well, my favorite golf courses are in Tuscany. Maybe because my parents are from there, and I have a lot of friends there. But
Mhm.
it's because of the landscapes and many other things. I love Tuscany, so I think that they are great. And my favorite wines are Tuscan wines like Chianti or Super Tuscan, or Morellino or Sassicaia, that are really famous wines from Tuscany, but also from Veneto region. This is another great area for the wines. So we have there the Amarone, that is really famous, or the Prosecco area. And another interesting location is near the Garda Lake in the north, in Lombardia, near Milan. We have the Franciacorta area. Franciacorta is the first competitor of the champagne,
Okay.
because it's the same way. The wine grapes are quite similar, so this is something that it's emerging like new wines for the future. And so we have a lot. Every day, everywhere you go, you have different wines. For instance, on the same hills, you can have different wines. This is really strange for someone who don't live in Italy, but
Yeah.
that is Italy. That is. We are
Awesome.
really different, area from area, little city from little city. So it's a continued discovery also for us here in Italy.
Yeah. What
We
about
think,
what's your favorite type of Italian cooking?
sorry, Italian.
Yeah, your Italian cooking. What's your favorite?
Oh, this is a really hard question. It's really hard because
Let's say this. Say we come on a trip. What would be the first meal you present to us?
I think that pasta is the first. So
And
we
that's
have
probably a
a
lot
lot.
different than what we think it is. It's probably made a lot
It's
differently.
completely, yeah, it's completely different when you eat
Yeah.
pasta in Italy. It's something completely different. And if they want, we can also organize a cooking class so they can learn. to do Italian pasta. So
Yeah, Jeff
this
and
is nice.
I,
This is a nice experience also.
yeah,
So
Jeff and I, we love our spaghetti and meatballs. But when we go to a real Italian restaurant, we can't order that because we will get the nastiest look. But that's kind of embarrassing, I know. And you're probably like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you just said that.
And
But
consider that is not an Italian way of doing pasta,
I know,
because you
we
will not
know.
find that in Italy. So it's something strange. No, I know that because I have lived in the United States when when I was 18. So a lot of years ago, I have a lot of friends in the US, and and it's something strange when you go to the Italian restaurants into an Italian. They say, "Oh, okay, you can have pasta with meatballs," and I say, "That's not Italian."
No,
They
no,
look at
no.
me and say, "Oh no, why?" So pasta, and then I think that we have I can say cheeses.
Hmm.
So from Parmesan cheese, from many others, and then fish.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that well, it's really difficult to say what I prefer, and I think that someone that comes in Italy uh, will understand how is great the variety, the types of things that you can eat here.
Hmm.
It depends on the region, the area, the period. So you can have some foods typical on the period. For example, the truffles. Now is the truffles moment. So in Tuscany, in Piedmont, you eat truffles more than mushrooms. You
Yeah.
are in front of the sea, you will eat every kind of fish. So uh, it's something you have to try.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and we will get to experience that every night. You
Yeah.
have set us up with restaurants every night to get us
Yes.
the every experience of every region. So that's
Yes.
another
Yes.
plus.
Yes.
Jeff and I are very excited. We're going to be hosting that trip, so we'll be getting that information out soon. We've been working on the brochure. You've made it look amazing. The courses, the pictures look amazing. Every time we look at it, we just get even more excited about it. So, and then, with the Ryder Cup venue, that course I've heard is tough, but will be fun. It definitely
Yeah.
will be fun.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm really happy we can meet and play together and have this experience all together, because
absolutely.
I think it will be great. I'm sure. I'm
Yep.
sure about that.
Yep. Absolutely. So, what else for your future American customers? What would you say about your trips and what stands out the most of, taking a trip with Italy4Golf?
Well, I think that if they want to find something different visiting Italy, they have to trust in Italy for Golf and your company, because I think that we have the right idea to propose the new way of traveling today. You know that COVID has changed many things. So I
Mhm.
think that people in the future will not do so many holidays, will not travel so much abroad. So if you have to, and if you want to do something different and you want to spend your golf holiday in a new way, you have to try this kind of experience that you will never absolutely, you will remember forever.
Mhm.
And you will discover so many things. And I think that this is the new way of discovering Italy and golf. And I'm really proud about our idea. We had a lot of difficulties about COVID. I imagine it has many companies in tourism,
Yeah.
but I think that next year the things could be different.
Yeah.
So uh,
I think the timing with it is going to work out.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and, maybe this would be the perfect time to take a trip to Italy instead of Scotland, because next year it's going to be so crowded with all the trips that are getting pushed back from the last 2 years.
yes,
Trips have been canceled and everybody's
yeah,
booking for next year. So if you're looking
yeah,
for a remote trip, I think this is the one. Um,
yes, yes.
well, Alberto, thank you so much for coming on. We're so excited to be working with you for this trip. We're very excited ourselves. We're going to be getting this out very soon. One more question: what is your? I say this with everybody. What is your post-round beverage after a round in Tuscany?
A great a glass of red wine.
Of course,
Yeah.
has to be.
Yeah. And looking at our fabulous landscapes at the sunset. And another interesting thing is that you can drink not only wine, but you can drink uh, the famous spritz. That is really
Spritz.
famous. Yes,
Okay.
spritz. It's
Spritz.
like an aperitif, but here in Italy it's really famous. And at the end of every golf round, we usually drink a spritz. You will taste it, and you will like it so
Okay.
much. I'm
Okay.
sure about that.
It's
Yeah.
it's crazy to think how different a post round beverage is compared from the different countries. You know,
Yeah.
in Italy, what I picture is going into the clubhouse, having some meat and cheese, some wine, and having a great view. And then you go to Ireland, you get in the clubhouse, you get a Guinness, a nice little
Yeah.
stout, and maybe have a cigar. It's just, and then America is just, it's everything's so different. It's great to experience everything. I'm very
Yeah.
excited, very
Yeah.
excited. And I
Me
hope
too.
everybody else can start getting excited and consider doing this trip with you as the guide. So
I will be with you.
yeah, thanks for being on. I look forward to seeing you. And till next time.
Okay, thank you so much for everything, and hope to see you soon here in Italy. And have a nice evening and a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to it. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Travel Royally Podcast. If you were interested in taking one of these Italy trips, we will have information about that posted on our website at royallinksgolftours.com. And as always, if you enjoyed the podcast, please like, subscribe, and share this podcast. And we will see you next week.